Hi, this is Mia. It's 7:44 Eastern Time, and I am doing I guess it's just check-in video. Hold on. I'll show you the water before I take off because we got to drive. Let's see if you can see anything. Just sort of. This is the check-in video for the 12th of October, 2021. I am celebrating my birthday this week, and it's pretty depressing, I guess. Intense. I don't know the word. I usually forget when it's my belly button birthday. Like towards the end of September, part of October, I start to forget that I'm needing to, I don't know, like heal the wounds of my past with my mother hating me and saying I was an accident and being really mean to me on my birthday, and needing to in July, when it's my clean and sober day, I also get like all creeped out, or I'm like, oh well, why do I feel weird? Like, why am I having these using dreams, you know? And it's not necessarily that I'm consciously looking at a calendar and saying, hey, it's that time of year, let's be depressed. I mean, if you don't have a lot of people in your life talking about, like, if I don't have any recovery support network, nobody knows my clean and sober day. If nobody's in my life, nobody talks about my birthday. And if they do, they don't know. They don't care. The people that were my family members, they don't care. So they're not, it's not like I'm going to receive any cards and stuff. My kids said they were sending something this time, which has changed as they got to be over 18. They changed a little bit, but I used to say to myself, which could be wrong, that I had nobody giving me any gifts for any holidays for years, and my kids didn't see people giving me cards or gifts or wishing me happy holidays or happy birthday. And I thought they're going to learn from example. And the example is that Mama Mia doesn't matter to the world. It's everybody else gets paid a fair amount at work. They get chosen for the job because of their, achievements and education, not just because they're cute or whatever. That mom doesn't get gifts, but she's going to give gifts, and people just take. They just take from her. So I didn't try to do anything to complain, I guess, because it's like a gift to be alive and to celebrate yourself. If you're flat broke, what does that mean? I don't know. Sitting in your room and reading a chapter of your favorite book for an hour. I don't, what that stuff you already have. I had these situations where, it's really hard. So I'm wondering why I'm feeling this way this week, this past 2 weeks, and why I'm feeling somewhat content, yet at the same time a little bit depressed. However, it's cloudy, it's chilly, it's 64 degrees, I'm wearing shorts again, I don't know where my pants are. probably should have requested one more pair of pants. Is that the truth? Yeah, I should have, because we don't have a washer dryer, so it makes it harder. Going through aging and realizing there's a lot. I remember Joyce Meyer saying, like, how ignorant that self-care was, and that people were so selfish and always thinking of themselves and their, spa-like lifestyles. And then in the same paragraph, she talked about going home from her conferences where she made all this money from all these donations and doing self-care in her rocking chair with her dog, looking at her $1 million view out her window, and sitting with a cup of coffee or whatever. And so I was like, isn't that self-care? And I feel like we're told to give and give and give until you do that. I gave and gave and gave when I was a kid. I didn't have money. I was making gifts. I was up all night during Christmas trying to get stuff and have my mom help me send it to my relatives. I never received a thank you. Like, I made ornaments and I'd make this and that, and we'd give jewelry to my cousin and all this stuff, and we didn't get a thank you. My mom said send thank you notes. We didn't get a phone call. And I feel like it's not required, but sometimes the bare minimum is you ship something that is value, monetary value, and the bare minimum, you hope that they received it. Like, you don't even know if they received the item. Do I need to search for it? Did I pay insurance for the post with the shipping and shipping from the post office? Like, do I need to? So that used to be something I didn't even acknowledge. They don't have to like it. They could be like, this is annoying. So you just acknowledge that. Hey, got the gift. Thanks. Thanks for thinking of me, just courtesy. But it's not my job to parent other adults, and it's my job to not take stuff personally, even though it could be personal. But my job, I think, for my opinion, since I made it up for myself, is to look at that and see what I can learn from that situation, and so my problem would be to not let others not let others like really bring you down, because people can get depressed. It can be lonely. There were some people that said, they're on Facebook and have all these friends and likes and go girl and all this. They get in the hospital, almost die, and nobody's talking to you. Nobody's coming to visit. You realize you really don't have any friends. You don't know anybody. And the opposite happened to someone else this week, where they're on Facebook saying, look at me, I'm cute. Look at these new shoes. Look at this outfit. Look at all this stuff I bought. Look at all this stuff I bought. Look at all this stuff I'm selling. You better buy this stuff. You need this stuff so I can buy this stuff to make me cute. And then they end up sick and in the hospital, and people are like, prayers for you, hang in there, blah, blah, blah. Hope you're feeling better. Like, they didn't really say hope you're feeling. It was mainly prayers. It was like a simpler theme. And this person complained like, oh, when I'm on Facebook, nobody said anything, and now everybody's saying something. And I think it's appropriate to say something. Sometimes, like, people know the algorithm. You have a bunch of people reading and commenting on a post, it's going to get more visual. Like, you could have 100 posts, and I maybe only saw like 1 or 2, like literally, and I might have commented or liked it, or I don't know this person personally. They are always wanting attention. They're always like, look at me, buy from me, make me rich. And then they don't share their joys or our joys, they don't like reciprocate and say, hey, I'm happy that's your birthday, or, you know, congratulations. You know, it's always like on a sponge, like suck it in. They suck, like absorb. And then you want to say, well, you think of it as a whole, like, well, technology and this stuff, and the people staying at home, people have a bunch of kids, they don't have any parent, they complain they don't have any parent, or they don't have another partner or parent of the child, blah, 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 but then they have their parents helping with their kids, and you're like, well, you're single, like, you're not alone. It's like, I was single and alone. Good grief, that was scary. But then you're like, oh, the state of the situation of people is, it could be lonely, so you want to kind of cave into what they're seeking, that attention, and say it could be rough, and you don't know, maybe you'll make a friend. And I tried this with some friends from high school and junior high and high school, same people from a small town I grew up in, and you just think friends should always be there for each other. You have these newer people that come and go, or people from work come and go, different drama, but it's like they weren't interested in giving me the time of day. But again, like certain people, I think these people have the same astrological sign. That's probably, I think that's what it is. My mom had the same sign. And that's another factor to add to, like, is this person being overly narcissistic? I was like, wait, that their sign is a certain such and such, such and such. So in the second part of the video, because I might have a third part, is to go through the reselling. Somebody made a comment about how awful my video was. I agree. The one thing I did disagree, and I could not read their comment, I don't know if it posted on yesterday's video, the statements that I said, from my point of view, which is viewing other people's channels, that these videos have been removed from their channels. My memory is good. I graduated from medical school. I passed 3 board exams, and I did multiple, I can't remember how many, not that many, but I did multiple state specific exams as well, to be licensed as a doctor. People will say a naturopathic doctor isn't a real doctor. The people at the MDDO schools were saying, oh my God, our friend's roommate is in your program and your school is freaking hard. We feel sorry for you guys. The amount of stacks of notes and books that we had. I feel like our program was really hard, classroom and test-wise, and clinic, because you had a myriad of modalities you could use for medicine, from conventional to herbal to naturopathic manipulation, which is doing similar to chiropractic adjustments, to massage, to just straight up lifestyle change, dietary change. We have oncology, we have minor surgery, so you can use so much. I think that's what makes it harder in clinic, and you see your patients for an hour. So you're in clinic for a few hours, a few shifts a week, a few shifts that are a few hours long, and you don't have a patient, then a patient, then a patient, then a patient, then a patient. You don't have 12 patients in one shift, or even, you could have 3 or 4. And that's because you're doing so much getting to the root of the problem and doing the treatment plan on the spot that is personalized, which takes a few minutes. You got to be fast, but it takes a few minutes of research to pull together the treatment plan and pull together all the medications, the prescriptions. When I was on shift, I don't know what, anyways, the ones that I did, maybe it's because I was still a student and I didn't have the credentials to do it online. I had to call all the pharmacies, including the compounding pharmacy, to order the prescriptions for my patients on the spot. So it wasn't like, oh, you have allergies, hay fever, we're going to give you A, B, C. This is a recipe. Oh, you want a referral? Okay, here's an allergist. Okay, you sprained your ankle. Okay, we're going to give you medicines A or B or C. And you want a referral? Okay, go to physical therapy. Like it wasn't like, okay, get on the table, we're going to do massage, and we're going to use some kind of electro stim, different, like where you're doing everything. Like, okay, instead of just saying, go away, go to the medicine, or go to the pharmacy and get your medicine, and go to your specialist and get physical therapy, we're like, okay, we'll do it. If you wanted it once a week, you're going to come back to us once a week, and that's time consuming. As you go to physical therapy, is an hour long. And if you're doing pain management that doesn't include over-the-counter prescription medications, you're either pulling together literal herbal mixture, a tincture mixture. You're going to the medicinary and prescribing medications. And because of the nature of the mixtures of the herbs and supplements, you are also looking at any allergies, any prescriptions they're already on, and you're checking everything that you want to give them to make sure that there's no drug-herb, drug-drug, or herb-herb interactions or allergens. Certain flowers could be similar to, what is that one? Let's just say whether you have dander or not dander, but pollen allergies, or certain allergies like to ragweed, or certain plants that will be in the same family. So you have to know not just the one that they may have irritation with, but you have to know the other ones. When you look at the back of a bottle of something, or if you order something to the medicinary, as a name in Latin. So I am not perfect at my memory. Men will tell me that women don't remember things. They make stuff up. I disagree. When we do studies in sociology and psychology talking about the brain, there's differences with the brain when you do anatomy and physiology. There's differences in the brain between men and women at corpus callosum and different functions on primal level. But when they do studies on general on humans about, say, police report, all right, the crime happened an hour ago. What do people remember? What details do they remember? The crime happened 3 hours ago. The crime happened 12 hours ago, and you slept. Did you sleep or not sleep? There's different studies. Did it happen at 6 a.m., at 6 p.m., and you're giving a report? Did it happen at 6 p.m., at 6 a.m., and you're giving a report, and you slept? 24 hours, 1 day, 3 days, 30 days. And then you can do studies in general. I don't have the stats in front of me, but we will forget things at a point. There's a lot of people that will memorize key things like the color of one's socks. They had smiley faces, yellow on their socks. Like, that's something that could stand out versus just somebody in a hoodie and a pair of sweatpants. So these videos, the reason that I made the video, and this person said that I admitted clickbait. If you admit something, I would thank you for listening. And if I have bad attention because I'm so broken from people abusing me in my past, then I'm realizing how even more messed up it is for when people hurt somebody else and you end up with nervous tics and like all of these disabilities where I'm not. I don't have the money, even anyways. I'm not on here or on Instagram as an Instagram model where you're touching stuff up or you're wearing tons of makeup and eyelashes and hair extensions. Go for it, those people. That's fun. But I'm just being real with my real gray hair, my real wrinkles, and my real fatigue, and my real triple chin. and my real nervous tics that I developed as a result of trauma in my past. I wanted to just that one point, and like I said, I'm not sure if I had to approve the article or the comment this person had complained, and I got 3 thumbs down on my videos, and it was horrible. But I just want to say that the videos that I was talking about, the resellers from 3, 4, 5 years ago, when I had watched one reseller talk about another reseller and they were friends and they said support her channel, and I went to her channel, started watching her channel, those videos have been removed. Those videos either removed or they're hidden or you got to get a link. And so I stand by that, and I totally agree with what they were talking about. Any other complaints they had about my horrible video. But the reason that I stated those things yesterday is because you see all these videos on resellers, and they're like, oh, well, I've only been doing this for like a month, or I've only been doing this for 3 months, and I've only been doing this for 6 months, and as part of this community, I would like to say blah, 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 blah. And so the reason I made my videos is because I've been around for at least since 2012 for the reselling, and for YouTube, I can't even remember, probably around 2010. I'm not quite positive. I might have that wrong. So many years. I did that when I was in medical school, because I did it before medical school, but I started making more videos to show people that they can have triumphs and failures and be a single parent and just trudge through and not necessarily succeed. But if you give it your all, you won't wonder, did I give up before I even started? Or did I try and succeed? Or did I try and fail? And do I have an opportunity to redo a couple things and then succeed? Like, if you just say, no, I don't think I can make it, or if you say it's too expensive, I don't want to go into debt, that might be a good idea, but you need to look at that with your spiritual self. But being around and watching so many videos, I could probably go through my history. I don't know how they say the history of what videos were done, watched, if they disappear. I don't know. Say I watched something 2015, January 6th, that such and such put on YouTube, and I liked it and commented. Well, if they remove that video, because then they switch sides, they're friendly, buddy, support this person, then they're like, I hate this person. And everybody who uses these people's names, it's seriously clickbait. So I admit it to it. I used the name because a lot of people had the story wrong, and I did not talk garbage about anyone. I actually said how this person had helped me and how I liked to see their enthusiasm and their different style of having a work site and dealing with having the child with disabilities. Like, I was just like saying, yeah, I learned some stuff. I'm not a reseller, so I don't go buy and sell. I just sell what I have that I don't use anymore. So kind of like an online yard sale. And since this influx of new sellers, the ones that said I've been here for a little while, they are doing really good. And that turns into my competition when we give away our clues, or we all fight. People are fighting and snatching stuff out of people's carts. Not even at the bins anymore, but at the regular thrift stores. Literally snatching. I don't like that. It should be fun. It should be like, what's your niche? Oh, I have such and such. You should be friendly. Occasionally you hear those stories. But I'm I'm stuttering. I have health issues, and I'm not ready to get more stress being a person that's not got friends. There's some people that come into my life when they want something from me. So with that, I have to go. But I just wanted to clear up that I agreed with that person about how horrible my video was, except the parts that, and unless they can prove me wrong, the parts that I talked about this person being a guest and they had a cozy fireplace in their back, and they said they were lonely because they were reselling. Then I found out that they had these friends and that there was a couch sale, and people have videos about this where they see the same couch that they sold for $3,000 in the background. That's an IKEA couch that's like a couple $100 couch. You'll see these things where the person was taken off of eBay open and removed from eBay completely, and mail fraud. The reason that I share this stuff is I don't want you or me to... We need to learn from their mistakes or their errors. It could have been an accident, but we need to learn and help support one another and doing things the right way, whether it's purposely breaking rules or out of ignorance. We didn't know about the eBay Vera, or certain people on Mercari are having these issues, or people are getting paid without a review, or all these different things. Anyways, I used to do sound and audio for a church. There's two different, sound, audio, and visual, audio, video team, but two different jobs. One was just strictly video, and one was audio, where I had the whole band and all the mics. You have to be in control of everything and when to mute what and run videos and the sound. If somebody's on the computer doing it, so then you have to work together with them so that when you put the videos on, every other mic is muted and all this sound comes through, and it comes through balanced to the speakers without feedback. And someone said that it takes a lot of, I don't know what it, not guts, but it takes a lot to do the soundboard, because they said you're going to be complained, people are going to be singing off key and blame it on you that you didn't do the levels right and all this stuff. I'm sorry, I can't think of the term. Peace, guys.